You're listening to School Counseling Simplified, a podcast with easy-to-implement strategies for busy school counselors. Here's your host, Rachel Davis from Bright Futures Counseling.
Let's play a little game of Would You Rather, School Counselor Edition. Okay, would you rather spend your weekend planning a group or spend your afternoon sitting in irrelevant PD? Yikes. Or would you rather be the only counselor with no one to collaborate with, or to spend hours searching online for engaging activities? All of these options are pretty bad, right? But unfortunately, they're all too real. But what if I told you I had a solution for you? What if I told you I had access to hundreds of school counseling lessons, groups, and activities, counselor-specific trainings on the topics you need most, and a community of like-minded school counselors to support you? You would say, yes, please. Well, that is what Impact is all about. Impact is my monthly membership for school counselors, and it helps you with all of these things. You get access to hundreds of resources. That's unlimited free downloads. Log in and get what you need right away to every single resource that's in my store. We add new resources each and every month. We're adding a new middle school and elementary resource each month, and some of these are bonus Impact exclusives, meaning that you can get resources just for members. You can request resources that you need and easily search so you can find exactly what you're looking for. And let's talk about the trainings, counselor-specific trainings on the topics you need most. We do these each and every month as part of our Coffee with the Counselor series. Impact members get to join for absolutely free. You earn PD certificates and you get exclusive access to members-only things like the Ultimate Small Group Experience and our Summer Summit Conference. And the community. Y'all, this is possibly my favorite part of Impact. I so look forward to jumping on these calls, to getting to know counselors who are similar to me and also completely different. It's so fun to hear from your experiences and your challenges, and everyone brings a unique perspective to the table. We have an exclusive online community, and we even have a cool app where you can chat with other counselors in these community circles. We have our monthly calls, like I mentioned, twice a month, and we share wins, troubleshoot tough cases, and just talk about what it's like to be a counselor, because so often we're on our own island at our school sites. So if any of that sounds like it's for you, I would love to see you inside Impact. Go to stressfreeschoolcounseling.com/impact to solve all of your counselor problems. And I have a special offer for my listeners. Use code POD at checkout to save 10% off your first month. Okay, let's go to today's episode. Hey there, thanks for listening to another episode of School Counseling Simplified. So if you've been listening to the last few episodes, you know that my goal has been to keep these short and action-oriented. You learn something and then you can use it right away. So today I have for you some must-have counseling spreadsheets. And in last week's episode, I kind of alluded to these. I mentioned how these can help you when it comes to tracking the services that you provided, that you can use in something like a data wall or an end-of-the-year report to advocate for your role at the end of the year. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say data wall or end-of-the-year report, head back to last week's episode to learn about those. But today, I want to talk to you about must-have counseling spreadsheets. I love spreadsheets. I literally use them for everything. Travel planning. At one point, I had like a recipe meal matrix spreadsheet. Now I just kind of keep that more simple on my phone in Google Notes or Apple Notes. But I love a spreadsheet. I'm constantly using them. I made one the other day that I don't know how I lived without before. It was literally to track when documents expire in my personal life, because I have 3 kids and my husband and I, and we live in Costa Rica, but we're U.S. citizens, so we have a lot of like dual documents. Anyways, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have passports that expire and everyone's expires at a different time. We have like certain visas. We've got different things. I don't know. It's just crazy. When your driver's license expires, just anytime anything gets over the expiration date, I feel like it's much harder to renew. So just keeping track of everyone's and then setting reminders on my phone, that's been saving my life. Side tangent. But needless to say, I love spreadsheets. I'm a pretty organized gal. And I always think that everyone thinks like this until I talk to my husband and I'm like, oh, he doesn't think this way at all. Some people are just spreadsheet-minded people. I happen to be one. And if you're not, no worries. I'm here to make it simple for you. I have templates for everything I'm going to talk about that I'll link to in the show notes. If you just like, give me the template so I don't have to make it. Or you can try to make it yourself, which you're totally capable of as well. So let's dive in. First up is a counseling caseload spreadsheet. Now, I love to use a counseling caseload spreadsheet to track who I'm seeing. So these are students that you're seeing in your small groups or your individual sessions. You can track how you receive their referral, what the topic is that you're seeing them for. Are you seeing them for depression? Are you seeing them for friendship issues? Are you seeing them because their parents got a divorce? You can track if you have received a permission slip from their parents. Have you scheduled their sessions? This is a way to keep track of kind of like their status on where you're at so you can stay organized. It's also a way for you to have identifying factors about them, like their grade level, their teacher, the reason they're seeing you, all those things. It's a great way to organize your caseload. And when you're done with services, you can move them to a different tab that's like completed services. So at any point, you can look up a student. You can see why you're seeing them, who their teacher is, what group they're in, any identifying factors. And this is a great way later to see how many students you saw this year. How many individual students were on your caseload? How many students did you see in small groups? How many groups did you do? All of this information is going to be really helpful on the caseload. Now, another thing is the log. I love to keep a counseling log to track services. So counselors ask me about this all the time, and it's super simple. Basically, I just have it pulled up. It's a Google Sheet, and I have each day on there. So I have the week broken down by day. So it'll say, okay, today's Tuesday, and when a student comes in for a group or a individual, I just already have them written on there. You can go ahead and like paste it for the upcoming weeks too. And then if they're absent, delete them. But you already know who you're planning on seeing that day. So if everything goes according to plan, they're already on there. And then of course, if they don't show up, you delete it. But also you're going to write in those little drop-in kiddos. Oh, someone dropped in for 20 minutes for a conflict resolution thing you did between a pair of girls. Or, oh, this student dropped in because they were having a hard time. Or I went into this classroom and met with this student for 15 minutes. Put it on there, put the student's name, the amount of time, and boom, this is a great way to track the minutes that you're providing in direct student services. It's also a great way just to see which students you saw that may not be on your regular caseload. So you can say, okay, outside of my regular scheduled students, I saw this student once a week the last 3 weeks. Maybe they need to be on my schedule. So this can be really telling for us and provide some really valuable information. And of course, at the end of the year, when you go to compile your data to use it on a data wall or an end of the year report, you can easily see how many students you saw and how many minutes. You can say down to the minute, I spent this many hundreds of minutes in direct counseling services, this many minutes in groups versus this many minutes in individual, and so on. So super easy and helpful way to do that. Some people have it set up with a Google form where students can sign in each time they come to your office. So if you're at a school that's like super tech heavy, maybe that's a good option for you. But I just find writing it down super simple. And it's also nice because you can really track like the accuracy of the direct minutes. So maybe you have a group scheduled for 30 minutes, but you only meet for actually 15 minutes because something doesn't go as planned. On your counseling log, it will be more accurate than just looking at your calendar when it comes to the actual amount of time and hours and minutes spent in direct student services. I hope this makes sense. To me, it makes a lot of sense. I think the supplementary pieces that I'm going to provide in the show notes, the blog posts, are really going to help you guys get a visual for what I'm talking about. Sometimes on the podcast, it's a little limited because I can't show you what I mean. Another thing is using all of the spreadsheets from the Google Forms for self-assessments and behavior surveys. So if you've been collecting data using self-assessments or behavior surveys, I totally recommend using a digital form to do this. And if you click the results tab on a form on Google, it can link to a Google Sheet, and it already has it in a nice spreadsheet for you so you can track the data to see how students have improved over the course of their session. So you can see their self-assessment data in a Google Sheet as well as behavior survey data, and it literally makes the sheet for you. You just click on that results tab in a Google form. So you send the form to students, send the form to parents, send it to teachers with any pre and post test questions you want to ask or pre and post group questions you want to ask, and then boom, you have a spreadsheet right there organized and ready to rock. The last spreadsheet I want to talk about, I mentioned a few episodes ago when I was talking about game changers at each tier, and it's about scheduling class lessons. So it's a sign-up sheet for teachers. They can use a Google Sheet or any spreadsheet to sign up for your class lessons. That way you don't have to have that back and forth communication yo-yo. They can just, you put in your available times They sign up for one that works best for them, and then you use that to schedule their reoccurring monthly class lessons. So that was an episode about 3 weeks ago called Game Changers at Each Tier, if you want more of a deep dive on how to use that spreadsheet. But these spreadsheets of the counseling log, the caseload, the sign-up sheet for class lessons, and those spreadsheets that populate from your Google Forms for self-assessments and behavior surveys, I hope you find all of these super helpful. I think they'll make your counseling life much more organized. I have something called the Counseling Hub, and it is the caseload spreadsheet and the counseling log spreadsheet together. I'm going to link to that in the show notes, and I really encourage you guys to check it out. If you download it, you can get like a template so you don't have to start from scratch with some samples, and there's even a video like showing you exactly how to do it. So if you're interested in this but you're not sure where to start, I really recommend you checking out that Counseling Hub. Okay, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye!
Thanks for listening to School Counseling Simplified. You can find the links from today's episode in the show notes. If you'd like to connect with Rachel, she's on Instagram and Teachers Pay Teachers at Bright Futures Counseling. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you don't miss any episodes of School Counseling Simplified. Talk to you next week.